welcome to another Let's Play with Weng. I am your host, SlickWeng. You're probably thinking, Weng, you're playing Attack of the B Team, but you don't have any stuff. Your map is not loaded. At least I hope this is what you guys are saying. Why? SlickWeng is starting a single-player world. I hope you're saying that because that means you've been watching already. But if you haven't been, welcome. I always love new followers. The reason for me starting a single-player world, on our multiplayer server, I think some of the folks that have been playing on there, I think they're a little burned out on Attack of the B Team. I can understand it. Just like me with vanilla, I'm kind of over it. Once you feel like you've done what there is to do. I mean, granted, yeah, it's a sandbox game, and you can do all kinds of things, and possibilities are endless. But you kind of get to a point where you just feel like, kind of doing the same thing over and over again, and this gets boring. So I didn't want to limit the guys that play on that server. So if they want to venture out and play a new mod pack, I didn't want there to be a, oh well, we can't change because Wang's still doing his series on here. I didn't want that to ever be an issue. I'm not that guy. And that doesn't mean we won't be playing with them if they go to another mod pack, not at all. I would love to go try out some other mod packs. Don't know what we would do, so if you got a mod pack that you really like, give me a holler, and I'll pitch it. Tell me why you like it and why it would be fun. I haven't done, honestly, Attack of the B Team is the first Technic pack that I've ever played. And honestly, I can't believe why I had never played any Technic, because I'll tell you, I love these Technic packs. Some of these mod makers, man, just absolute geniuses. I will actually, in the near future, the piggy bank that you can craft here, I'll show you guys. Doop-a-doop-a-doop, in case you haven't seen it. Oh, no? Maybe it's not called piggy bank. Is it just called bank? Nope. Huh. Maybe it got taken out. There was talk of it leaving. But anyway, there was a piggy bank that you could make, and its sole purpose was so that you could donate to the mod pack builders, people who have done the mods. Like if you have a specific mod that you really, really liked, you could donate to that mod maker, which I thought was really, really cool. I'm going to talk about some things that aren't related to really what I'm doing. Main reason, this is our first day in this world, and I'm really just kind of exploring around, and that's all the same stuff you see on vanilla. So not a whole lot to talk about, getting wood and making crafting tables and deciding where we want to live, and it's actually getting dark, so we're going to be hunkering down for our first night to make sure we survive that. God knows on the server, my first night, oh my god, that was just brutal, because I actually logged in while it was night and just died again and again and again. It was just awful. So, like World Domination with Open Blocks, I've never opened this book, because on the server, I died and lost it. It was gone forever. Anyway, I'm going to be talking about some other stuff. This is going to be one of those episodes where I impart some of my wonderful Wang wisdom on you. I hope you guys like this. If you feel like I should probably not be doing these, let me know. I can't promise that I will refrain, like I've said before. I can't promise that I'll do everything that you want me to do, but I will take it into consideration. Maybe I tweak what I do. We are gonna need to find... Hey, cow. We're gonna need to find somewhere. I'm kind of just wandering around looking at the different biomes that I have been surrounded in. I kind of played around with, oh lordy, I don't have weapon or nothing. Leave me alone. kind of played around with going in creative and seeing stuff, but I might be wrong, but it doesn't seem like the whole seed system works the way it does on vanilla in these Technic packs, or at least not in this one. I tried a couple seeds and some of them crashed. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. Hold on, zombie. Leave me alone. Roosters. I have created points of interest on my map. Oh, good. It pauses when you're in the map. That's great. I've already found hamsters. I actually spawned in right next to hamsters. Oh, man. We need to find a hole somewhere. That's what we need. But I wanted to talk about those of you who have been with me for a little while. You know that I use this channel and my Let's Plays kind of as a form of therapy. Oh, Jesus. I have a stressful job. Don't let anybody fool you. Being a manager is stressful. It is hard. You deal with difficult decisions every day. And today is no exception to that. So I want to talk about, and this is something that I think applies to everyone. Adults, young adults, children, old folks, everybody, all walks of life, all income levels, you name it, this applies to you. And what I want to talk about is, I don't want to call it peer pressure, because that just seems to have this like 1992 feeling after school special to it. But I'm going to call it peer pressure until I come up with a better word. Jesus. The people you choose to surround yourself with, they have a deep impact on who you are. I've been doing some training lately, and we talk about, you know, self-images. We all have images of ourselves and who we are, and when situations come up, we very, very quickly ask ourselves, you know, hey, brain, who am I? Okay, I'm that. How do I respond to this? Oh, okay, and then that's what I'll do. We ask ourselves that just a million times a second, just crazy, crazy quick. And one of the things that gives you those self-images early on, it's going to be your parents. Your parents will tell you who you are and how you act and blah, 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 blah. And then as we go older, it starts becoming the people we choose to surround ourselves with. So that's going to be our friends, our neighbors, etc., etc., etc. This is important because when you look at the kind of people that you surround yourself with, and I'm not saying, you know, good people, bad people. I'm gonna tell you there is no right or wrong, at least as far as this is concerned. There is no right or wrong. There is just, you know, you're this or you're that. So the people you choose to surround yourself with, they shape the image of you as much as your parents did when you were younger. You know what? I should probably preface this talk a little bit. Here's what's going. Oh lordy, here's what's going on in the world of Weng. I have an employee who I actually had to let go of. He has worked there longer than I have, and I have a hard time firing people. It's one of the hardest, most stressful parts of the job. No manager out there likes to fire people. Just have no illusions about that. It's difficult. We hate it. It's just absolutely, absolutely awful. Oh man. Shoot. I need to eat. Oh god. We're gonna die. Damn it. That sucks. Managers hate firing people. It's hard. The day that I start liking firing people, or I'm just okay with firing people, I'm going to go do something else. Plain and simple. I had to fire a guy because in my line of work, you must be able to drive a vehicle. Now, you can't drive a vehicle if you don't have a valid driver's license. So how do you lose a driver's license? You get a DUI. And in today's day and age, it is incredibly easy to get a DUI. Just flat out, it's really, really easy. This person that I had to let go, once I got done talking to him, he wasn't even driving. The vehicle was not moving. I really should have just found a place to stay instead of exploring so much. But he had been drinking. And he went out to the vehicle and basically was just sitting in the vehicle. Started the vehicle to get the heater going, and that was about it. Well, a police officer pulled up, and if the keys are in the ignition, you're operating the vehicle. Even if you just turn it on to listen to the radio. I've heard stories of people that do that. They turn it on, just wanted to hear the radio while they were enjoying their drink, sitting in their driveway. So he now lost his job. The sad thing about this, and why I struggle with it, he's got several kids, all very young, and when I met this guy, this is the last person you would ever think would get a DUI. I want to get a hat. And quite honestly, some chicken. Last person you would ever think would get a DUI. Very straight-laced dude. I won't say had his life together, but having all those kids, you know what you've got to take care of. But this guy, you would never expect to be a guy who gets a DUI. Never, ever, ever, ever. He got a DUI. And the sad thing is, he had never been a drinker, but he started choosing to surround himself with people who a lot of people might actually call alcoholics. I'm not going to dance around it. And now, I'm not saying that my previous talk, this is not a don't drink talk, okay? This is about being particular about who, being particular about who you choose. We're gonna die again. Damn it. Oh, Lordy. Being very particular about who you let paint pictures of you. So this guy was never a drinker until he started hanging out with folks who I'm going to call alcoholics. And he wanted to fit in. And I'm gonna actually throw this back on myself too, because I am no different than anybody else out there. I am a human being. I make the same mistakes. Don't get me wrong. I am far from perfect. I have been through similar things. I'm sure everyone has, where you are not this way, but you start hanging out with people who are that way. And this could be good or bad. This could be I'm not a good studier. I don't do my schoolwork, and then all of a sudden you decide to hang out with people who are, and before you know it, you're a pretty damn good student. And it can go for negative behaviors as well, as we are discussing. So this person, he wanted to fit in with these people. They were accepting of him, and he enjoyed that, liked how it felt. And I'm not going to say he was pressured into drinking. I mean, when you're a grown-up, you make your own decisions. But he allowed them to change his image of himself. His old image was, I don't drink. And I mean, he was, I don't drink. It's not, I really don't, every once in a while, whatever. No, he was, I don't drink, period. Doesn't have money for it, got kids to watch, responsibilities, very, Very responsible dude. So he made these decisions, started hanging out with people who were drinkers, and before you know it, he accepted the image that they created for him, and he became a drinker. And I'm going to say, in all honesty, right now, he probably has an alcohol problem. I mean, let's face it, he just got fired for getting a DUI. No matter how you slice it, that's a problem. Do I think he's an alcoholic? Not really for me to say. I don't know. But he's got to face those things, and this is all because he allowed his image of himself to be changed by other people. So that's kind of what I'm going through. And believe me, oh, dang it. My situation is easier than his, because I still have my job, all of that wonderful stuff. He unfortunately does not. And my phone is just going crazy. You're gonna watch me just noob death left and right here in about 2 seconds. Dang it. Why did I go this way? So I want you guys, just be careful about who changes your image of who you are. It's more important than you think. I'm trying to think off the top of my head of something that I can look back at and say, you know what? I will. You know what? For me, drinking. I wasn't a big drinker. I was the guy who could buy. I could buy a 12-pack and it would last me. Ew, it's blood. It would last me a couple weeks for sure. But I started hanging out with people who I liked and wanted to spend time with, and I let them change my image. So now, I'll be honest, I have a drink probably every day. Not saying it's good, not saying it's bad, nothing like that. I don't get drunk. I haven't been drunk in years, but I mean, I do. I enjoy having a beer or two. So that's something I legitimately look at myself and say, yep, somebody else changed my image of me. And that happens all the time. Parents, you guys have got to be very careful about who is creating the image for your child. Who's telling your kid who they are? You know, it could be the school, it could be his friends. You've got to be very. I don't want to say, oh yeah, homeschool your kids so you're the only one, because it's media, it's television, music, etc., etc. It's all of these things. God, I hope we don't run into any jungle spiders. I'm almost back to that village. Ooh, ocelots. Let's go ahead and put a little thing here. Oops. Cats. No. We want points of interest. There we go. You've got to be very careful about who's creating an image for your child. And be aware, is that image a good image or a bad image? You know, is it something that they should accept? Now, the only thing that it takes for you to change the image of who you are is you have to, in my training, it is called giving sanction. So, if I say to you, you're a messy person, you have a dirty bedroom all the time, and you don't shower regularly, and you smell like farts. If I say that to you, you can choose to give sanction to that, which is to accept it and go, you know what, you're right, I do. I don't clean up after myself, and I smell like farts, because I don't like showering. I'm being a little facetious right now. I kind of felt like this talk was getting a little serious. But all you have to do is just accept that, yes, That's true. And we don't necessarily do this in quite the most conscious way, like as I'm saying, yes, I agree with that statement. It doesn't really ever happen that way. It's very subtle. It's very quiet. We don't have like an active conversation with ourselves, at least in our conscious mind. So you have to actively guard yourself and think about the things that people say to you about you. You know, it could be you're not a good student. You're not good at math. That is a common one. And parents actually do this quite a bit, more than I think most of them would be willing to admit. Oh, it's okay, you know, you do really good in English, you know, but you're just not a math person. And it's as nonchalant as that. It doesn't have to be as brazen as, you know, I'm saying here with the, you know, you smell like farts. It can be really, really subtle. And we, as people who are conveying this message, this image, we might not even have ill intentions behind it. We're not looking to, you know, make somebody feel bad about themselves. It's just, you know, that's how we view that person. And so we say that, and sure enough, they might start accepting it. Oh, sorry. So just be careful, guys. That's all I'm saying. Just be conscious of the things that you let get in your head. You know, a lot of people call it being level-headed or strong-willed or whatever. That people don't. The people that actively guard themselves against other people's messages getting into them, that's all they're doing. All they're doing is just saying, I don't necessarily accept the image you are going to paint of me. I want to paint the image of me and decide who I am for myself. And really, that's what we all should be doing. We should all just be deciding for ourselves who we are. You know, nobody wakes up and says, you know, I want somebody else to tell me who I am. You need to do that. And it could be far more important than you think. So I know kind of getting in the preachy side and kind of going off and not really doing the video game thing. Okay, I realize that. I'm sorry. I hope you guys get something out of it. That's all. I hope somebody takes from this, and if it makes you think just a little bit, then I kind of think I have succeeded. We're gonna come back to this village at some point. Let's go ahead and add a map marker here. Village. Not in player death group. Points of interest. Because right now we got like diddly squat. So we need to decide where we want to have a base. I really appreciate you guys bearing with me. If you stuck with me this long through my long speech there, I really appreciate it. Like I said, this is kind of therapy for me. This, me talking about this and feeling like maybe I can help one person out there not make the same mistake as my employee, then you know what? I've made the world a better place. And I think that's all any of us wants. We want to make the world a better place, and we want to be happy. Probably more happy than making the world a better place. I think that's probably more important to most of us. But you know what? Making the world a better place, that makes a lot of people happy. Okay, we are going to be getting into nightfall again soon, and I don't want to be caught with my pants down, literally or figuratively. So, let's find... Oh! I just picked up a rail off the ground for no apparent reason. I bet you there's a little... Let's do... Boop! Rail. I bet you there's like a abandoned mine shaft or something down below here that maybe like some water came in and it had nowhere to go, so it probably pushed the item all the way up here to the surface for us to get. Okay, what kind of biome is this? This is a wetland. It is a wetland. Oh, whoops. These are pretty. Swamp flower. Okay, let's just dig in real quick. Beady beady beep. Okay. And I'm gonna wait for night to pass, guys, and I will be back with you shortly. You don't want to hang around with me. Alright, guys. Survived actually 2 nights now. Did some wandering. I'll kind of show you what we did. Pretty much popped right about in here. Found myself a squid and killed him. So we became a squid so we could travel quickly, and I just kind of started moving along the coast. I think eventually what I'd like to do is kind of see what this whole continent looks like. But check it out. We have ourselves... Oh, wow, look at you. I don't know what you are. It's redwood. Oh, okay. You look kind of funny. You definitely look out of place here. But we have found ourselves a cherry blossom grove. Super, super pretty. And this is where we're going to put down some roots. Why? Directly to the south of us is a pretty sizable village. Pretty big. I'm kind of surprised I didn't see any iron golems when I was there. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we set up our base here, and we can kind of, you know, do the roleplay thing. And we'll have ourselves a road, and we can go into town to do some trading. I got really excited. I was checking some of the villagers. Oh, what are you? You're so pretty. I love the flowers that this mod pack adds. Which one are you from? You're from Biomes Plenty. I think that's where most of the real flowers that I like come from. I got really excited though, because one of... Oh, lordy. Nope. Nope. Go away, stupid witch. Go away. Be gone. Be gone. I think you're probably not even one of the hostile witches from the spawner, but I don't care. Go away. What was I even saying? I have no idea. The witch just totally threw me. Oh, got really excited because I kind of just started talking to the villagers just to see what they had to trade. And one of them had a pair of candy boots. You know, from like the uncraftable part of Food Plus, because I don't have that update just yet. I'm really hoping they release an update that fixes that, because I want to make some caramel and make some candy and make a sword called Zeus's Candy Thunder. So I'm gonna call the episode here. It's been long enough. You guys have listened to me talk quite a bit, and again, I really appreciate you guys sticking around and just kind of letting me get stuff off my chest. Feels good. Feels great even. So that I think helps me. I actually feel better about it right now. Typically when I let somebody go, I leave work afterwards because I am upset, and I don't want that to spread to any of my other people. And you know what? I feel better now. I do. So I'm gonna call it and head back to work. And see you guys on the next episode. We'll get started on making ourselves a little house. Then we'll get going. So see you guys in the next episode.